In this lesson, we are going to take a look at another type of flange. We've already examined edge flange in an earlier lesson. Now we're going to take a look at creating a miter flange. But before we can do that, we must first create a base flange. So I'll select the base flange feature. A message appears asking me to select a plane on which to create a sketch. I'll select the top plane. I am going to create a center point rectangle. And this rectangle will have a size of 200 by 300. My sketch is complete. It's fully defined. I am going to close out of the sketch. The property manager now opens for base flange. You may notice a slight difference in this base flange property manager as compared to the property manager for the base flange in a part that we created in an earlier lesson. In this base flange property manager, we do not have the option to set the extrude distance. And the reason for that is this sketch is a closed profile, where the earlier lesson, if you recall, was an open profile. It was a U shape. So how do we control the thickness of this part? That's controlled right here, sheet metal parameters. The thickness is currently at 1, so we are going to go with that thickness. We have bend allowance and auto relief, just like we did before. So we're going to keep these default settings for bend allowance and auto relief with a thickness of 1 millimeter and close out of base flange. Now, since we have a base flange created, we are ready to start a miter flange. So I'll select the miter flange feature. I receive a message. Now this is the point in which a lot of people get hung up in this command. If you want the miter flange to extend down this edge here, you need to create your sketch profile on a plane perpendicular to this edge. And that's what this message is telling us. Select a plane, a planar face, or an edge on which to sketch the feature cross section. So once again, if we want the miter flange to extend down this edge, we need to select a plane perpendicular to it. So if I zoom up on this corner here, this face, this plane, is perpendicular to this edge. By selecting this face, I am taken into the sketch mode. I'll go to my line tool and sketch a profile. Now my profile sketched. Let's add a couple smart dimensions. Let's set this leg to 30. This leg to 20. We'll do 15 here. And 15 for the last leg. Once again, my sketch is completed. It's fully defined. I am going to close out of the sketch. But before I do that, notice I did not sketch any fillets or radiuses in these sharp corners. And the reason for that is we're in the sheet metal environment. And since we're in the sheet metal environment, the radiuses will be added automatically. So again, let's close out of the sketch and you will see the radiuses added. Now how do we change those radiuses? Well, that's in the property manager for the miter flange. Notice we have use default radius. And just like other commands that we've talked about, if you do not want to use a default radius, you simply uncheck this box and type in a different value. We're going to stay with the default radius. As I zoom out and go back to an isometric view, notice by creating that sketch on a plane perpendicular to this edge, the miter flange extends the full length of this edge. Before I talk about flange position and these couple other options that we see here, let's first talk about start, end, offset. Notice this miter flange starts here, ends here. We have the capability to change the start offset. And watch the preview on the screen. There's an 80 millimeter offset from the start point. And we can do the same for the end offset. Once again, an 80 millimeter offset. So we basically end up with a flange which is centered in this edge. Now, since we understand how start and offset works, let's set the values back to 0. We'll return to the top of the property manager, and now we're ready to talk about adding additional edges. We can add additional edges to place this miter flange as long as the edges are in contact with the original edge. So I'm going to select this edge here. Notice the preview update. Now this edge is in contact with this one. I can select this edge and do the same for the last edge. Now this miter flange wraps all the way around the base flange. If I zoom into this corner here, we can now talk about flange position. We've seen these options before in other commands. The first one is material inside. That means that this miter flange will be placed inside of the base flange. So the overall size of the base flange does not change. However, if we go with material outside or bend outside, the overall size of the base flange will change. Let's set it back to material inside. Then we have trim side bends, just like we do with edge flange. And then our last option is gap distance. Now if we zoom in, you can see we have a small space here. That small space is 0.5 millimeters. Let's change it to 0.25. And you see the gap decrease. If I go back to an isometric view, we have a miter flange that extends all the way around the perimeter of the base flange. Now, what's the benefit of the miter flange over the edge flange? The miter flange allows you to incorporate bends into your sketch profile, where if you recall, the edge flange simply allows you to create a flange perpendicular to the edge you selected. So the miter flange has some really nice capabilities. And this concludes our lesson on miter flange.